Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have September Hella Handmade creations to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
If you haven't heard of what Hella Handmade Creations is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. I'm going to give you the whole spiel. They come together every single month and they create limited edition items like polishes, which I know we all know them for, but there's also a ton of other things on there. Think of like anything that's handmade, pretty much handmade, homemade. So nail care, cuticle care, foot care, sometimes you see apparel, trinkets, all that stuff. Now, just like our other collabs, they do work off of a theme, but instead of a big common theme that we're used to seeing like with Polish Pickup, Hella Handmade Creations has the makers come up with their own theme. So then they create polishes for, I think it's like a 6-month period or something like that, which I still don't know the exact amount. So at the end of it, if you decide to purchase all of the polishes from a specific maker, you have like a mini collection, or even if you just decide to get like a couple, you still have, one theme with a couple of polishes from a brand you really like. Now, some of these items are capped, meaning that there's only a certain amount that are created, and once they sell out, that is it. You can't get your hands on them anymore. Sometimes makers will add additional product to the cap if they're able to swing it, like if they can get more supply or anything like that. Good way to keep track is through their like social medias, and then like the Facebook page and stuff like that. I feel like this month is definitely going to be a tough one. As I was swatching these polishes, I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Hella Handmade Creations also creates like a specific little shop within the website that's usually based off of like a holiday or something like that. So if you guessed it, for this month, because we are heading into Halloween, this is a pre-order. So once you order your products, your things, it will get shipped out within 3 to 4 weeks after shop closes, which I didn't even mention the shop opening time. They open every single month, the 14th, and they close on the 21st. For this special little shop theme, it's going to be a Halloween theme, and it's called Halloween. And I have some polishes for this shop as well from some of the brands that I'll be swatching for you guys. Halloween and fall time are my favorite time of the year, especially for the polishes. I just love the season of fall. I love Halloween, all of that stuff. I used to do really fun like special effects makeup for Halloween. Now I don't really do that anymore just because like timing, and now it's just like all the kids stuff. But it was so much fun doing it. So love Halloween. Love when it starts like cooling down. I am just not made for hot weather. But in the nail polish realm, in the nail polish world, I love fall time collections and I love Halloween collections. So this month for Hella Handmade, for their Halloween shop, they're bringing it. I'll let you guys decide for yourselves. Let's get into the swatches. BCB Lacquers is continuing their Spider-Verse series with this polish called Glitch. It's inspired by the Multiverse Dimensional Travel Watch, priced at $13.75 and capped at 300 bottles. It's an espresso crelly with pink, orange, gold flakes, green, purple, blue flakes, and black flakies. So lots of beautiful flakies in this polish. I ended up going in for 3 coats on this one. This is obviously loaded with a lot of flakies, so you want to make sure that you're working in thin coats because you don't want things to get gloopy or messy because there are so many flakies. But end result, 3 coats, this is what you're looking at. I love the array of colors that we're seeing on the nails. They're very like jewel toned and very bold against this darker base. Now I know the base is described as an espresso color, like a brown color, and I can certainly see like the undertones of brown, but I think what's happening with my eyes and what I'm seeing is that we have all these beautiful colorful flakies sort of bouncing light all over the place, and it's giving me like a purpley brown sort of base color. Like I see a lot of purple for the base color, but definitely those brown undertones. But it's beautiful. I love this one. This is going to be beautiful for winter time. Pictured are 3 coats of BCB Lacquers Glitch with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is bringing us a duo for Halloween, so I'm going to show you this first one. Now, both of these polishes will be priced at $27, and it'll be capped at $200, so it's a bundle. First, we are looking at Caught Off Gourd. It is a neon orange crelly with blue green shifting shimmer. This one is Screaming Halloween. It is a beautiful shade of orange, definitely pumpkin-like, but it's definitely flattering. Sometimes certain oranges just pull a little bit too warm, especially on my tanner skin, and end up not looking that great. But I love that green blue shifting shimmer in here. It is very subtle, but I feel like you catch a glimpse here and there, and it definitely adds a little more like dimension to this polish, more than just like your typical like orange polish, but very squishy. I love how it's crelly formulation, but we're still able to build it up to full opacity. I thought this was beautiful, perfect like base. If you do nail art, totally can see it, but on its own, it's stunning. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers Caught Off Gourd with a glossy top coat. And the second polish in the duo is called Franken Fire. This one is described as a neon green crelly that has an orange gold shifting shimmer. So right off the bat, you can totally see that the shimmer is like there. We can see that gold, we can see the orange, and it is beautiful. Now this is definitely neon. It is bright and I love it. It is perfect for Halloween. This is like the green color that I think about when I think of the Halloween season or the holiday. It had an amazing formula. I did 3 coats just because my nails are a little bit longer and I wanted to cover up any nail line that I had showing. So if you have longer nails, 3 coats will work for you. Shorter nails, 2 coats is going to be fine. Now my ring finger, the one that I swatched with, has a very prominent nail line, more so than my other nails. I don't know, that's just how my nails are, but just so you can have something to compare that to if you also have a prominent nail line or multiple. But look at how beautiful this is. Love the shimmer in here. It's not like, it's like subtle but not too subtle, maybe because it's just really finely milled and it runs all throughout the nail, so it's like we see the beautiful shifts, but it's not taking away from that lovely neon green. So beautiful. Again, another one that you could use as a base for nail art. Pictured are 3 coats of Franken Fire with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is bringing us Seattle Freeze, priced at $13 and capped at 350 bottles, and they are beginning a new series inspired by Seattle weather. So this polish is described as a brown blue with blue purple shimmers. Oh, those shimmers are stunning, jam-packed into this polish for sure. Now I decided to go in for a 3rd coat. Again, my nails are longer here, but I think 3 coats is going to work best for everybody with this polish, and you get this beautiful finish on the nail. I'm loving that brown blue base. Definitely see some purple undertones in there, but also because it's jam-packed with those purple shimmers. So we get this really like deep, dark, like chocolate brown, like a dark chocolate brown, I feel like. And then of course like the blue and the purple shimmers just amplify the base even more. It is super shifty, super sparkly because of all the amazing shimmer in here. This is definitely like fall all the way. I can totally see this as an October polish for spooky season just because of the shadowy like vibes that it gives off, but it is stunning. Pictured are 3 coats of Cracked Polish Seattle Freeze with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is also bringing us a polish for Halloween inspired by pumpkin and fall vibes. It's called Patch Me If You Can, priced at $13 and capped at $3.50. It's described as an orange with yellow and green shimmers. Such a simple explanation for such a beautiful finish and a beautiful polish. You can see those green shimmers and the yellow too. They're like this lime yellow sort of like color, but you see it on the brush as I'm polishing. Beautiful. Like wait till you see the full hand swatch. But went in for 3 coats. This is like a crelly sort of formulation, and again longer nails, so I think 3 coats, honestly, either whether you have short or long will work best. If you have super short, probably 2 would be fine. But look at the intensity of the shimmer. We see the beautiful yellow, we see green at like extreme angles or like within the polish. It's like, it's so hard to tell. It's like this really light lime green, but you can see it. But the yellow shimmer is definitely, I don't want to say overpowering, because that's not like the best way to describe it, because it sounds like it's not a good thing, but it's just like enveloping the nail. Maybe that's a better way to say it. But we can definitely see that green at extreme angles, like the green shimmer, and then just when you're looking at it, like within the polish, if that makes sense. The orange is flattering, super beautiful. This I would just wear on its own. If you love doing nail art, I think you could totally do that, but the shimmer in this polish is just too stunning, and I think on its own is just going to be beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of cracked polish. Patch me if you can with a glossy top coat. Cuticula is bringing us Flutter in fall, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. They are beginning a new series called Wings of a Butterfly, and this one's inspired by an image of a monarch butterfly surrounded by fall leaves. Can you imagine? I haven't seen that picture, but I'm sure it's beautiful. This is described as a deep brick reddish brown with orange, yellow, gold crystal flakes, orange, gold glass flakes, and black flakies. Already obsessed. I saw it in the bottle and I'm like, absolutely, I love myself a good red polish, and for fall time I love a good red brown, especially like a brick brown. But this, how do I this is like another speechless. How do I describe this base color? I know it is a deep brick reddish brown, but to me it is more than that. There's just something about it that is just so beautiful. Like, it's not dusty, it's not muted, it's bold in a vampy way. I just love the base color. And then you top it off with your flakies, and then you just intensify the polish. It is like a fire pit that has like those embers that are just like dwindling. That's what these flakies remind me of. That's what this polish reminds me of. It is just such a beautiful finish, and it is perfect for the fall time. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula, Flutter in fall with a glossy top coat. For Halloween, Cuticula is bringing us Caramel Apple Pop, priced at $13.50 with no cap, and it's inspired by one of the maker's favorite Halloween candies, Caramel Apple Pops. It is a green apple base with orange, yellow, gold lime shifting crystal flakes and orange, yellow, gold multi-chrome flakies. Again, another beautiful flaky polish from Cuticula. I did go in for 3 coats on this one, so I'm going to recommend 3 for everybody. But those flakies are just on fire, super glowy. Like, I feel like they really bring out the best of the base color, like just in combination because of the contrast. And I can totally see the inspo as well within this polish. Here it is in some sunshine because I lost my footage. There's my cat just chilling in my way. But I lost my footage, so I had to like re-swatch it, and I had sun, so I'm like, why not show it off to you guys in the beautiful sun? But look how stunning those flakies are. They just like circle all around your nail, like just flood the nail in the best way possible, but we're still able to see that beautiful bright green apple base. Such a lovely polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula, Caramel Apple Pop with a glossy top coat. Dom Polish is also bringing us a Halloween polish. This one's called the Demon King, priced at $13.50 and capped at 200 bottles. So they created this polish to pair with their K-pop Demon Hunter series, which I'm going to show you all in a little bit. But this one is described as a deep violet base with pink, orange, and gold shifting shimmers. Oh my goodness. This month for HHC is killing me, guys. There are so many beautiful polishes for the Halloween shop, and then just in general, like our makers continuing their regular series, and this one is like no exception. I built it up in 3 coats. We get this beautiful glowy pinky purple look on the nail. I love the darkness that we're getting from the shifts. It just totally makes it a Halloween polish in my books. But honestly, this is a polish you could wear in other seasons too. Obviously like wintertime because it's dark and vampy, but totally like Valentine's Day as well. I can see that. but love the shimmer, love the depth that this gives us, especially like I said, with those like deeper, darker shadows. Pictured are 3 coats of Dawn Polish, the Demon King with a glossy top coat. And then for their regular series, this one is called Idol. It's capped at 200 bottles and priced at $13.50. And again, continuing their K-pop Demon Hunter series, and this one's inspired by the Zogga Boys. It is a pink crelly base with assorted black glitters and a dusting of gold reflective glitters and pink and gold shifting shimmer. I went in for 3 coats. This felt like that third coat just was needed to sort of finish and top everything off. This one's just such an interesting shade because it's like you have the like black glitters, and I'm so used to just seeing like black flakies. So, and it's different. Like it's definitely different from like the glitters and the flakies because it just it makes it look more of a like fun party sort of polish instead of like a more like edgy polish. Like if there were flakies, I don't know, in my opinion, I think like it'd give it more edge, but because they're circle glitters, I feel like it makes it more fun and airy and poppy. But this one, the beautiful pink crelly base, is like this nice like darker pink, which I personally love. Certain pinks, it has to be the right shade of pink, even though I kind of been loving a lot of pinks lately. But I noticed like certain mid-tone pinks, I love to look at it in the bottle, but on my nails, not so much. But I feel like this is just like a few shades darker than that typical mid-tone pink that I like love in the bottle, but not on me. But I thought this one was super flattering. Love the addition of the gold reflective glitters because, you know, I love all things sparkly, and it really just like offsets your pink shade and gives it a little bit more like twinkle and sparkle and adds more of a fun party night to this polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Dawn Polish Idol with a glossy top coat. Jen&Berries is bringing us Open Your Mind to the Impossible, priced at $13.50 and capped at 250 bottles, and they are beginning a new series inspired by Fringe. And this first polish is inspired by the intro sequence for Our Side. It is a blackened violet base that has a teal, blue, purple multichrome shimmer. This shimmer is glorious. You guys can see how super sparkly it is, and then when you have that multi-chrome pigment within the shimmer, it just makes it even more like glassier looking, more sparkly, which I personally love. Now I went in for 3 coats on this one. Like I mentioned a couple times, my nails are a little bit longer, so I felt like that third coat just sort of sealed everything and gave me that beautiful opaque finish. Absolutely adore this polish. Love those shifts. We get this really pretty like lighter aqua blue in the center, and then as you're moving your hand around, you see the darker shifts of like that purple and like that blue, and that black and violet base just adds more of that smoky shadowiness with the shifts, and this is beautiful. This is gonna make for like a wonderful wintertime mani. Pictured are 3 coats of Jen&Berries. Open your mind to the impossible with a glossy top coat. Here we have Night Owl Lacquer, and this is called Don't Pretend You Care About Me Werewolf, priced at $13 with no cap, and they are continuing their Bob's Burgers series, and this was inspired by the Halloween episode, which is perfect timing for this HHC month, where Bob is on painkillers and thinks Teddy has been bitten by a werewolf. This one is described as a gray crelly that's filled with glowy iridescent flakes that shift blue-purple. You have charcoal sparkle micro flakies and silver holographic micro glitter flakes. This would probably be beautiful as a topper. I think it'll definitely change up the base coat a lot just because it's not a clear base, but on its own it is stunning. I built this one up in 3 coats and I got this really lovely finish. I'm going to say 3 coats for everybody, short and long nails, so you can really build up that beautiful like purpley smoky gray base, and then you get the most glitter flaky payoff. I really love how all the components are working together to give us this really beautiful glow, because you really see the gray purpley crelly base, but then all of the components, everything all mixed in, really gives you a lot of beautiful shift and you sort of see like that smokier gray shift within the polish, and obviously that's our gray base, but with everything going on, it makes it look very like mysterious in a very fun way, which I feel like is perfect for a spooky month, right? Pictured are 3 coats of Night Owl Lacquer Don't Pretend You Care About Me Werewolf with a glossy top coat. Penelope Luz is bringing us lavender. This one is priced at $13.50 and capped at $200. You can also purchase this polish with the next polish I'm going to show you as a duo, or you have the option of purchasing it on its own. But they are continuing their Flower Symphony series. This one is lavender and it has a lilac base with green, blue, purple shimmer. This one had such a lovely formula. I did go in for 3 coats, longer nails, lighter color. Just felt like it was needed. So I want to say 2 to 3 coats for everybody. What I love most about this is that shimmer. Like, look at this, guys. The glow factor is insane. You can see the green, the blue. We definitely see a little bit of the purple. I think it really plays into our base color, but it also adds a lot of depth to the polish too. Love how, you know, the component is really building up our like lilac. I would say like it's a darker lilac base, but it is beautiful. I think the component, the shimmer in here with this base pair so great together, and it's such a flattering shade of purple. I typically love those like pink purple shades. I think I've said this so many times, but I love that like pink purple base. Maybe I already said it, I can't remember. And I always see it in a bottle and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. Then I get it on my nails and I'm like, oh, like, you know, it's not really for me. Get compliments, but I don't really like it on me. But and like I feel like this one is that shade, but it has that beautiful green, purple, blue shimmer, and it just looks stunning. Like, it gives me what I love, that pink purple shade, but then it's still like flattering for me when I'm looking at my nails because of the shimmer. So definitely love that. This is going to be a beautiful like springtime, summertime color, or if you want something a little more ethereal, fairy-like for the winter. Pictured are 3 coats of Penelope Luz Lavender with a glossy top coat. And now I'm going to show you the second polish. So this is Lavandula. You can order it on its own, or you can purchase it with lavender together as a duo. They are also going along with the Flower Symphony series. This one is described as a topper that has green and purple micro flakies, and it has a little bit of a tint of purple. So I topped it over lavender, and it added like just such a cute amount of sparkle. It almost reminds me of China Glaze Fairy Dust, but this one is way more daintier. It is so pretty, and it just adds that little something extra that you sometimes need in a polish. And then here it is over a black swatch stick. So this is where you really see the micro flakies, like that component really stand out. It looks beautiful over black, but I think it looks glorious over lighter colors. Penelope Luz is also bringing us a Halloween duo. I'm going to show you the other one in a little bit. Priced at $26 and capped at $200. This one is called Look at the Mirror, and it's a graphic magnetic. So it's basically like this really silvery sort of chromy base. I feel like there's a little bit of brown up in the mix, like just like a dash in there. But it's a magnetic. I painted the first coat without the magnet, and on the second coat I added the magnet just because I had a feeling that this was going to be more on the sheer side. So here it is in 3 coats, magnetized, so you get this really mysterious smoky shadowy base and that really stark silver strip running through. Again, beautiful on its own, just as all Penelope Luz polishes are. There's something about her toppers. I'm telling you guys, they melt into the polish. And just wait till you see the second part of this duo. So here's 3 coats of Penelope Luz Look at the Mirror. And this is called Bloody Mary. It is a red jelly that has silver hollow glitters. Such an interesting pair. I was like, this is not gonna work. But who am I kidding? Penelope Luz toppers always work with their duo, with their pair. But look how amazing this looks. This is totally a Halloween polish. Like, they were just made for each other, and it's such an interesting mix. This is Bloody Mary topped over a black swatch stick, so it gives you Halloween space vibes. That's how I'm going to describe this one. Love the addition of those hollow glitters. They give us different colors, but I see a lot of the purple from the hollow glitter. And then here it is just topped over the Look at the Mirror. Again, such an interesting pair. I just really like this. I thought it was super cool, and I think a lot of people are also going to enjoy it. We are looking at the Halloween Duo from Penelope Luz. Rogue Lacquer is continuing their The Emperor's New Groove series with Baby Boom, priced at $13 with no cap. This one's described as a vibrant marine blue polish with hollow prism flakes. I remember swatching this and I was like, yes. This is the polish. Love this one. The formula was absolutely amazing. I achieved opacity in 2 coats, so whether you have long or short nails, 2 coats is going to work wonderfully on you. Love this blue shade. It's described as a vibrant marine blue, and I totally 1000% agree with that. It's a beautiful, like, jewel toned blue. The glow from within is obviously there. You guys can see it. And my favorite part, of course, are those hollow prism flakes. They're scattered all throughout the nail. You obviously cannot miss them. You see all the little rainbows everywhere. It's just beautiful. Love this one. This is like a perfect winter polish. Pictured are 2 coats of Rogue Lacquer Baby Boom with the glossy top coat. And then we have Sassy Sauce Polish bringing us Dangerous Curves, priced at $13.50 and capped at 300 bottles. They are continuing their shoes series, and this one's inspired by a photo of curvy multi-chrome shoes. It is a magnetic, so it's a vampy blurple magnetic base. When you magnetize it, it pulls a beautiful glowy blue, and then you also have a purple red glow in your backdrop in the background. I built this one up in 3 coats. I can't remember if I did this in velvet form. We'll see on the full hand swatch. But in the cat eye version, it is beautiful. You get this really squishy, bouncy, like purpley, reddish sort of base. Way more purple than red, but we definitely see the red tones in there. So I did not do the velvet form in this one. It's all cat eye. But honestly, I love it this way. You can see the contrast from that blue magnetic strip. I agree with the description. It is a beautiful glowy blue. Now on my ring finger, you can sort of see the magnetic pull, and then sometimes you can't. That's just because I didn't leave the magnet on as long as I would do in a like long-term mani. And honestly, I don't really like that stark line anyways. I like more of a soft sort of magnetic strip across the nail. I don't like anything too stark. But if you left your magnet on for way longer, a couple minutes, you're gonna get a really stark line with this one. But beautiful glow. This is perfect for Valentine's Day. I can already see it. Pictured are 3 coats of Sassy Sauce Polish, Dangerous Curves with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is bringing us Crumpets and Croquet. This one's priced at $13.50 and capped at 300 bottles. And they are beginning a new series inspired by books, botanicals, and tea. And this one's inspired by Atlanta Botanical Gardens and the Alice in Wonderland exhibition. This one is an ivy green jelly base. It has intense pink, red bronze, gold aurora shimmer, and deep green reflective glitters. Now, if you love greens, if you especially love Pruglies, or if you love spooky Halloween month, you are going to love this polish. Oh my, this is glorious. I built it up in 3 coats. The reflective glitters are on point, but what I love most are all of the amazing shifts. That beautiful pink pigment that's just shifting all throughout the nail is so beautiful against the green. We see the bronze and we see the gold. We see like a little bit of that red. It's mostly like diffused into like the pink and the other colors, but it does give you that like glimpse of like red within the polish. But oh my goodness, I absolutely love this one. This one obviously has the reflective glitter. Any polishes that have reflective glitter, you're gonna get some texture when it dries down, so just beware. You might want to use a glitter smoother or a thick glossy top coat with your polish for your finished manicure. Pictured are 3 coats of Victorian Varnish, Crumpets, and Croquet with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is also bringing us a Halloween duo priced at $27 and capped at $150, and I'll show you the second one in just a little bit, but it is inspired by the new DJ Webb's animatronic from Lowe's. So this one is called My Playlist is Humorous. Get it? Humorous. It's actually a reflective topper, but I'm showing it built up because this one has potential. So it's a reflective topper and a graveyard grape jelly base. It has Aurora shimmer in aqua blue with UCC flakies and reflective glitters in neon green and gold. But look how beautiful this is built up on its own. Like, you would never know that this has topper capabilities because it is gorgeous as a solo mani. Now, I built this one up in 3 coats if you want to wear it as a solo polish. My nails, like I mentioned a million times, are a little bit longer, so I think long nails, if you have longer nails than me, 3 coats is going to be beautiful. Now, we have a lot of reflective glitter in here. We have a lot of components in this polish, but let me tell you, it built up beautifully. Nothing was super thick or gloopy. Everything went on nice and buttery smooth, but it is going to dry down textured, so you're going to want to use a nice thick glossy top coat or glitter smoother and then your glossy top coat over it. But I absolutely love all of the busyness in this polish, but everything is just coming together, working together. It is stunning. This is something to wear all year round. Picture the 3 coats of My Playlist is Humorous with the glossy top coat. Next up in the duo it's called Bone to Be Wild, and it's glow in the dark, and I'll show that off in a bit. But it has a bone chilling neutral tone base, and it has intense purple to blue shimmer and aqua glow in the dark. This one is like super glowy, so I definitely agree with the intense purple to blue shimmer. We can see it straight up on the screen right here. I built it up in 2 coats, and I got full opacity on my nail length. I'm going to say either 2, maybe 3 coats, depending on your preference, but 2 coats on me was beautiful. I really love the tone of this polish. It is described as a neutral tone, so I think it's going to be super flattering on all sorts of skin tones, all sorts of undertones as well. Here it is glowing in the dark. It looks like skeleton fingers, which is perfect for obviously the Halloween month coming up, and of course the inspiration behind it. But it is a beautiful polish, something not only to wear during the spooky month, but you can totally wear this one all year round. I love the versatility in that with this polish. Pictured are 2 coats of Victorian Varnish, Bone to Be Wild with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is also bringing us their lavish hand and cuticle cream this month, kept at $50 and priced at $8.50. This one, the scent description is a balance of mango, nectar, wild currant, bergamot tea, island breeze, key lime, passion fruit, papaya, and magnolia blooms. So it definitely gives off like a very refreshing vacation vibe. I smell, even though there's no pineapple in here, I get like that sort of fruity pineapple scent. I'm like smelling it on myself now. It's just a very, like, it just reminds me of something tropical with like a touch of beautiful like floral scents. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Check out the ingredients. I love this hand cream. I use it pretty much every single day. I've gifted them to co-workers, to family and friends, because this product is amazing for your hands and your cuticles. It will do wonders, I'll tell you that. Like, it has saved my nails so many times because I can be so neglectful when it comes to wearing or putting on cuticle oil, but this stuff is absolutely amazing. Like, the moisture, guys, like when it says it's like a humectant and it really draws in like the liquid and the moisture into your hands, it really does. Like, I definitely recommend trying this at least once. They always have it in shop. They have it on HHC pretty frequently, if not like every month. So if it's not a scent that you like this month, then just hold off, wait for next month, or go onto the Victorian Varnish website. I'm telling you, like, try it once and you're gonna love it. And then Victorian Varnish is also bringing us their tincture acetone additive duo. So you get both of these together, priced at $8.50 and capped at $30. These are not yet open because I'm slowly working through what I have at the moment. But what this is basically, just as it says, it's an acetone additive. You add it into your pure acetone, so that way it doesn't, like if you're using just pure acetone, it doesn't completely dry out your nails. This sort of gives it a little bit of moisture, so that you don't have crusty cuticles at the end of cleanup or at the end of your nail polish removal process. But you're gonna have two amazing scents, tropical tea and berry bobaly. But this stuff is amazing. I again use it in my bigger bottle of acetone. I just shake it up, dump it right in. I use like a 10-ounce bottle of pure acetone, not for polish removal, but for polish cleanup. And let me tell you, I go through it pretty quickly. So this thing is amazing, or else my cuticles would be hating me right now. So definitely give these a try. Zombie Claw is bringing us Goblin Zogga. This one's for the Halloween month, and it's inspired by a female goblin, and the name is a variant of the name Zog, meaning tough. So this one has a green ivory base with silver reflective glitter and purple mauve pigment. This definitely screams Halloween. Like, let's look at this green. It's like this like murky green, but a very flattering shade of murky green. Now I'm gonna call this like a I don't know if it's like jelly crelly, maybe a little bit of both. Can't really tell. You guys let me know. But I built it up in 3 coats. 3 coats for everybody if you want the most opacity from this polish. I love the addition of the reflective glitter in here. It's a very like soft sprinkling of it. It just gives you a nice hint and wink of sparkle. What I really like is the purple shift that we see here from the purple mauve pigment. It is subtle, but it adds some color back into this like murky sort of green base. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for the Halloween month. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw, Goblin Zogga with a glossy top coat. And then for their regular monthly offering, Zombie Claw is bringing us Dedicated, priced at $13.75, capped at $300. They are continuing their Zombies series, and this one's inspired by the perfect pun for zombie fans with commitment. It has a black base with red gold copper flakies and a fire red hollow glitters. This one's just beautiful. Those flakies in here are stunning. They're super, super fiery. It just reminds me of like the red leaves in the fall time. Like, look at how glowy and intense they are. I ended up doing 3 coats for this one, and it was beautiful. So I'm going to say 3 coats for everybody. It gives you this really bouncy finish, and then we get all the beautiful depth from our really dark like black reddish base, and then those flakies just like amplify this polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw, Dedicated with a glossy top coat. All right, guys, favorites. Let's start with the Halloween theme. I did have one from that specific like Halloween shop, and it's from Cuticula. I don't have the bottles in front of me anymore, so I'll throw up a little picture. Caramel Apple Pop is what it's called. First of all, the name, like, come on, super cute. And then what I love most about that polish, not only like the flakies, but it's the base color. It is this really fun, like lime, slimy green, but it's still very flattering. And literally I see it and it's like Halloween 100, 1000%. I can also see myself wearing this in the summertime as well. But because my mind and my mood is already going into fall time and Halloween, it's just picture perfect for like October month, for spooky month. The flakies are super glowy. It reminds me of like the leaves that change colors and then just fall onto the floor. Like, that is what these flakies remind me of. They're beautiful golden caramel color, and then you mix them in with that like limey, slimy green, and first off, like the contrast is amazing. But it's like you get 2 of my favorite things in one. I have Halloween and fall mixed together. I also really love Cuticula's offering, just like their monthly offering called Flutter in Fall. Same thing with the flakies, but I feel like they're even more intense and more glowy in here, just very, very fiery. And then you have like this beautiful like brick brown reddish base. Ugh, just both of those combos together, it's just a beautiful polish. Jen&Berries, open your mind to the impossible. Beautiful, beautiful color. It is super bold, perfect for our like winter months, even into the fall too. Like if you're not much of a seasonal polish wearer, I definitely am. So I like to wear certain colors for specific seasons. But even this polish, I can maybe see me like wearing this in the fall. I don't think that I will because I know I already have like my Halloween shades and my fall shades that I want to wear. But you can very well wear this like obviously like anytime you want, but I think of this as more of like a winter polish. I love that like blackened base because it gives you some smoky vibes, very subtle, but you can definitely see it. And then the multi-chrome shimmer, it's so stunning, like bold, beautiful color with some beautiful shifts and just that blue, violet, purple shade, perfect for winter. And then Victorian Varnish, Crumpets and Croquet. Again, just perfect for spooky month. It's this beautiful shade of green. Aurora shimmer is super beautiful. You get lovely shifts of like peachy pink, and then the reflective glitter just adds even more sparkle and shine. So you get like this sort of pruggly Halloween shade, but then you add that really pretty Aurora shimmer and the reflective glitter. So it sort of like balances out, but it's totally an October polish for me. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. And what are your absolute like must-haves? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.